Hi there, welcome to the archive. So again, I'm continuing with the Burning of Angélique, the untold story of Canadian slavery and the burning of Old Montreal. It's written by Dr. Afua Cooper, and the foreword is by George Eliot Clark. And so in the previous video, I shared the story of the first recorded enslaved African in Canada, and they were in Quebec. They came from Madagascar. So I'm going to continue. So basically, as the French settlers expanded the land, it became known as New France. And they found that there was a chronic labor shortage. They didn't have enough French men to build anything. Okay. And so what happened was they did bring in some indentured servants with like contract laborers that came from France, right? So you will probably hear white people be like, "Our my ancestors built this nation." I mean, maybe they started, and then there was a labor shortage, and then those people who ran things were like, "Oh, we need more. You indentured servants are not doing enough, right? So we need more." The natives. Let's get the natives to do it. Oh, the numbers are dwindling. Okay, we need more, right? This machine is always about more, more, more excess. I'm trying to reclaim that, but in a way of, I guess I'm not going to get into that. But I think that's part of the thing, right? It's just this, and we see that now with pollution and climate change, and it's just more AI, just more, 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 right? And so it can be problematic because that was the mentality that basically laid the foundations for slavery. We need free labor. Oh, we're looking in, at least in Canada. Oh, those folks in America are really doing well with the black people. So then it started to give the Canadians ideas, okay? And so they were seeing the prosperity in New England. Um, Basically, in 1663, when the Company of 100 Associates relinquished control of New France to the crown, King Louis determined to make a viable colony out of New France. And so basically, they needed to exploit the mines, the agricultural base, and the fishery in the region. And so they went to France and basically they were like, we need more people. Okay, we need to increase the population because I think at that time, at 1665 and 1673, there wasn't a whole lot of French. So they brought women in from France, named the filles du roi, or daughters of the kings. These women were sent over to marry and produce children. So they brought women in, right? We see that right now. Oh my God, the population. Get rid of abortion. So these women have to have babies. It's all about reproductive labor. So they brought French women in to have babies, and it did increase the population a bit, right? But not a whole lot. So by 1690, New France was about 12,000 people. It's not enough. They need people. There's a labor shortage. There's a labor shortage. And so by 1688, the governor, Marquis de Denonville, is that how you say it? And Jean Bouchard de Champigny wrote to King Louis, and they requested permission to introduce black slaves into the colony. Okay, so he kind of was like the king. King Louis was hesitant, but he consented. And in 1701, slavery began to really, really take root in Canada. Canadian colonial officials noted that they allowed the settlers to own black slaves, and thereafter, the word esclave became common in the civil register and government documents. They still needed more, so again, they went to the crown for help with the labor shortage. And this is by 1716 is like we still need more people. Okay. So they went, they're like, we need more people, and that's what they got. They were able to, they wanted to be like those in the South, New England, New York. they wanted to be just as successful. Okay, but both like New York and New England, their population was like over 100,000. What did it start at? I said 12,000 to 20,000. Meanwhile, in the States, they have 100,000. And so they turned to the indigenous population to be their allies. Okay, so that is like a little bit of a problematic history. The indigenous folks, the Abenaki, and sometimes the Iroquois help help them to capture black enslaved from the English to the south, and they sold them to the French settlers in Canada. So, and then they'll also say, well, like you guys enslaved yourselves, right? You sold yourselves to each other. Touche. And so basically, yeah, French colonists, they brought slaves from New York, New England, the Carolinas, and other American colonies up to Canada. Enslaved Africans had come to New France, also from the West Indies, from Africa, and from Europe. So in Canada, they were getting slaves from left, right, and center, right? Europe, the Caribbean, West Indies, directly from Africa, and also from the United States as well too. So when they tell you that there isn't slavery in Canada, there was. I'm gonna end this here because I really am very late for an event. But I just wanted to, and I won't even share this yet, but I just wanted to just do a recording before I leave to kind of get into what slavery looked like in Canada. And again, I still have, also going to get into later Africville. And Dr. Cooper also talks about Africville in the Burning of Angélique. So this is the Burning of Angélique, the untold story of Canadian slavery and the burning of Old Montreal, and is written by Dr. Afua Cooper. Okay, so we're going to continue on this topic. Until next time, in solidarity.